Hey everybody, I'm Joe and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some great almond butter with just 2 ingredients. All you're going to need are almonds and a little bit of coconut oil. It's super fast and easy and we're going to be doing it in our Ninja Foodi Power Blender. So you ready? Let's get into this. Okay, so for this recipe, we're not going to be using the pitcher, so we'll go ahead and pull that off. We're going to be using the smoothie bowl maker. If you don't have one of these, you can just use a regular blender cup. The only difference is that this has this rotating dial on the top here, and as you're blending, you can turn this around, and it'll keep stuff from getting stuck to the top up here, so you're not having to pull this off of the blender and jamming a spoon down in there to free things up and stuff like that. It's very convenient. I thought it might have been kind of gimmicky when I first got this thing, but it turns out that it works really well. Okay, so we'll pull this off. First thing we're going to put in is our almonds. And in my case, I'm using these blue diamond almonds that I got from Costco. They have a smokehouse flavor to them, and for an almond butter, it gives you a really interesting flavor. For your oil, normally you're going to want to use canola oil. I'm using coconut just because I want it to be a little bit different. If you're gonna use coconut oil like I am too, I recommend getting one that doesn't have an overwhelming coconut flavor. Otherwise, you're gonna alter the flavor of your almond butter a little bit too much, and that's not gonna be good. So, after you have that in, go ahead and put this lid back on here. Remember, you wanna put the almonds in first and the oil in last, because you want the oil to come down and coat everything instead of it just kind of sitting at the bottom. So that's why we do it in that order. Okay, now we just want to twist this on, lock it into place, turn it on. Make sure it's on IQ, not manual. And you'll be able to tell that because if you're on manual, these aren't lit up. And if you're on IQ, they are. You're going to want to turn it down to spread. And we're going to go ahead and start it. And we're going to let it run through its cycle. And during the whole cycle, we're going to be turning this up top here to make sure that nothing sticks up there, so it gets nice and evenly blended. By the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. If you want it to be a little bit smoother, you can run it a second time, but I'd recommend taking it out and checking it first. All right, let's see how this turned out. Coming out here, you can see how nice and smooth that is and how even. Definitely we wouldn't need to run this for a second cycle at all. A lot of times when you get almond butter from the store, you'll notice that it's really clumpy a lot of times and sort of dry. Don't have that problem here whatsoever. In fact, we might be able to get away with just a little bit less oil if you want, but as you can see, this is really nice, smooth, and creamy. And the flavor is really on point. If you've ever had almond butter from the store before, you'll notice a lot of times it's sort of bland. Just can't compete with peanut butter. But this is actually fantastic. You know, last time I went to go buy almond butter at the store, it ended up costing us about $10 for a 12-ounce bottle. The bag of almonds I showed you from Costco earlier has 45 ounces in it, and it costs about 15. What that basically means for you is that you can make about 4 jars of almond butter out of 1 bag of almonds. And from there, you can just do the math. 15 bucks for 4 jars is a lot better than 40 bucks for 4 jars. Not to mention the fact that you're making it fresh, there's no extra ingredients, and it tastes a lot better too. If you want to try this out, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the video description, along with the calorie count, protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Also, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the blender I was using, you can find the information on that down there as well. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Joe's Phenomenal, you can visit us online at joesphenomenal.com, or you can check out a couple more of our videos here in the channel. I thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your busy day to hang out with me and watch this video. Once again, my name's Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.